What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN USD. It is the 11th day of November. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. Here we are with about 9 hours and 7 minutes left in this day, up 3.5%, which is pretty cool because most things are down today, actually. Not everything, but most things. Bitcoin's down today, Ethereum's down today, and you're up, which is nice to see here, especially in the midst of your typical volatility where again yesterday's pump was nice, but you know we could have given it back, and I think we did actually. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, we did. We pulled back a little bit, didn't we? You've been very volatile. You have been very volatile. The daily time frame lies. It makes it look like it was just a straight shot up, but we did pull back a little bit, and now we're back up. So this really does to me confirm that this is the real deal. That we are breaking out of this. That this is the low range. That we're looking to move higher. Right. I mean that makes a lot of sense to me. If we take a line of best fit here from this high, we put it down here, I mean, more or less, we kind of get this here, this point of resistance, right, where you've been finding resistance here, 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 right, blemishes here and there that you didn't respect, of course, but I think getting above this level here, getting above, let's just even say getting above these highs here, above about 0042, very, very key in establishing that you are breaking out, that you are ready to move to new all-time highs. Zebec, the way that you're moving right now, man, I mean, you keep this up, you could certainly see some interesting price action over the next week, you guys. Maybe we're just getting set up, right? But what I liked right here is that we found resistance at prior support, and now we've come back up and we're actually piercing through there. So with this in mind, right, being that this was kind of an area that we found support at for a long time, and then here we typically found resistance here, or maybe even a little bit above there, whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if we went right up to about 4.0046 or 0.0045, somewhere at the top ends here, or where there was support here or resistance here, something around 0043, I should say, to 004546, something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if we did that maybe today, tomorrow, over the coming days, certainly. But what we do after that is what's really going to be exciting. So once we're above these levels, once we're back above something like this, 0045, let's actually just double check this here. Hold on. High to low. Yeah, that's pretty damn close. 0045. Once we're above there, we're above the golden ratio, we should be breaking out and moving higher. We're breaking out of our downtrend. We're breaking out or breaking above our golden ratio. Everything should be good. So let's look at the short-term stuff, and then we'll zoom out from there. All right. 1 hour time frame here, and maybe something with some volume on it. You're building volume as you're moving higher. Your volume is, I suppose, decaying, right? You've got lower levels here as you're moving higher. That's not necessarily encouraging, but you are consolidating to the upside. If you break down, and Zebec is very volatile, you likely don't go below 0033. Okay, you likely don't go below there. 0033 is also a key area because if we take this low here to a high here, that's your golden ratio zone, 00333. So I doubt that if we do pull back from here, I doubt we go below the golden ratio. Effectively, we'd be finding support at the golden ratio if we do pull down from here, and that would actually be a good thing, not a bad thing. So even if we do go down, go ahead, find support at your golden ratio zone, right around here. Find support at a prior low, right? Not worried about it, not concerned. 4 minutes left. The only concern that I have at the moment is that you do have the highest candle close that you've had really throughout this whole range, and you're getting about average volume. Nothing that's, if anything, it's decaying. So again, this decay in volume does promote the question: do we go lower? Do we come down? And if we do, if the answer is yes, we probably find support at this low, or somewhere thereabouts, right? That's my thoughts. And then we move higher, okay? It's that simple. It's that convoluted. It's that simple. The RSI is looking productive as hell, actually, bouncing off the 50 area twice here, getting overbought, not getting oversold, not even getting below the 40 once. Overall, very bullish structure. You're looking to get overbought. I would think here you see a deeper reading. So where the volume is telling me, hold up, we might move down, the RSI is saying, hey, we're probably going to keep moving higher. The stochastics say the same thing, and the MACD agrees as well. So maybe the volume's lying to us, and that's okay. It wouldn't be the first time. 4 hour MAC or a 4 hour RSI here. We do have bearish divergence. Yes. There's a lower high here and a lower high here. Yes. As long as this continues to grow, though, this high can get taken out. Once that high is taken out, there's no more bearish divergence because this divergence here between these two highs, it already played out with this move here in the very beginning of the day. It already played out, so we don't have to go lower. This bearish divergence is essentially nullified if we can get a 4 hour candle to close high enough to where this RSI does get above this high here. Until then, it's something to remain skeptical about, and perhaps that does promote, the prices down to about 0036, 0035, but I'm not worried about it. I think it looks good, if anything. So do the stochastics. The stochastics look great. And we crossed above the zero back here. We've consolidated now for, how long? Really, we've been consolidating for about 8 candles, and now we're looking to break out and move higher. This might be it, man. This might be it right now. By the time you guys watch this video, I wouldn't be surprised if we're at higher prices. You're at 00379 right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we're at higher prices by the time most of you guys watch this video. The MACD breaking above the zero, the price consolidating and then continuing on. Typically what you see is a stronger move after you continue on in this phase than what brought you into it. So this move was nice. This move will be nicer, right? And again, 0045 or somewhere even above there is what we're thinking next, okay? Looking good. Looking good here. Very productive. My only qualm is the volume. That's it. And it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't that big of a deal. You're not breaking out or doing anything too dramatic here, right? If we had low volume and you were like breaking out of this down structure, okay, that might be a little bit concerning. But whenever you should have volume and you're building like this here, right? When you're looking to break out and you have no volume, okay, that might be concerning. But we're not there yet. We're far away from there at this point. So daily time frame as far as the indicators are concerned. RSI bouncing off the oversold zone, looking good, looking healthy here. Stochastics look good, and the MACD just crossed green. We got a fresh cross here. Overall, your oscillators are finding kind of a double bottom. You did have some, maybe not bullish divergence, but a decay of bearish momentum here, and you look ready to go, man. You look really ready to go. So with that in mind, looking at the weekly time frame from a high to a low, the expectation from here, and I jumped the gun a bit, right? We just jumped the gun. I'm like a kid, right? I'm like a little kid, in a candy store, and I look at the shiny objects in the sky. We focus on this 8-cent to 3-cent price area. And we should focus on that. That's the ultimate heading. That's where we think we're going ultimately. Maybe here, maybe there, most likely somewhere in between. But there is a primary zone, the 1618 to the 1272, that we have to interact with first. The statistical probability of just passing through this and not showing any regards at all to this level, to these levels, is very, very low. Likely, what we will see is some volatility here and there. Maybe we find some resistance at 1 cent, psychological resistance. We pull back, and then we pull up, and then we pull back. Maybe it's like this. But overall, I would expect that our next destination, is all I'm trying to say, is at about 1 cent to 1.4 cent. Once we get above 1.4 cent, I'm really not thinking about anything except for 3 cents to 7.7 cents. But we'll see. We'll see. I have a very strong belief that we're going to see 4.5 cents at a minimum or more. I don't think that we'll get above 7 cents. I personally think that if we get anywhere, like the highest would be just above 6 cents, maybe 6.5 cents. But time will tell. Maybe we go right up against 7.7 cents. Who knows? Maybe we hit the absolute top of this. But I would think somewhere more in this area is what we're looking for. 4.5 to like 6.5 cents. Anyways, and that should happen by the end of the year, if not by the end of January. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Good job. It's nice seeing you pump. You're up 20% this week. We got 5 days and 9 hours left in this week. That's incredible. That's good. That's good growth already, right? Good growth right now. And your consolidation phase here, you can see you are coming to an end. Absolutely, you're coming to an end because you have no volume. The volume's gone. So again, volume's not that big of a deal here. Once we're breaking out, that's when we need the volume to come in. Okay, it doesn't need to be as big as this candle here, this candle here. It doesn't need to be as big as that, but something that's above the average line here. Okay, something that takes us above there. Anyways, that's all I got. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.